My father, who was born in 1909 in the UK, emigrated to Canada and eventually joined the RCMP in 1932. He had many interesting assignments in his 25 years, 311 days with the force. One of the earlier assignments involved him directing men fighting forest fires on Campobello Island. He was also involved with the musical ride as a section leader. In 1938, he returned to the UK to be a Canadian poster boy and signed autographs for the locals at the Glasgow Commonwealth Exposition. 1954 saw him being the head of security for the Canadian group attending the Korean Peace Conference in Geneva. He was presented with an assignment that he was very proud of in 1939. He was one of the RCMP members accompanying the King and Queen on their cross-Canada train trip. What follows is a 4-minute summary of a 20-minute CBC live broadcast of the train visiting Sioux Lookout on June the 4th, 1939.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? From Sioux Lookout, Ontario, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation brings you a word picture of the ceremonies attendant upon the arrival of their Majesties and their short stay in this picturesque northwestern Ontario town. And here comes the royal train now, blue, cream, gold, with its locomotive proudly hauling in front. And here's the sound of the bell. We'll just let this royal train bring herself in. I'm sure you can hear those cheers of the children that are completely drowning out the music of the band. The band's located about 100 yards back behind the platform. The children are right down there waving their little flags, cheering their little hearts out. The royal coach is on the rear of the train, just drawing to a stop in a moment. The shades are drawn. Her Majesty has just appeared on the rear of the coach. Her Majesty has just appeared on the rear of the coach now, and His Majesty is standing beside her. Royal Canadian Mounted Police are standing at the foot of the steps. Ladies and gentlemen, God save the King. Now here comes little Betty Lou Rourke. Little Betty Lou Rourke is presenting a lovely bouquet of roses to Her Majesty. Listen. Little Betty Lou Rourke is dressed in pale blue crepe de chine. I think she has white shoes on and she's got a hair ribbon in her hair.
Your Majesty, has a little presentation for Princess Elizabeth.
Great cheers for the little princesses!
Mr. John Hamill presented the nuggets from the gold mining district of this area, and cheers were sent up for the princesses. His Majesty at the present time is performing a most gracious act, accompanied by Her Majesty there, standing, talking most intently with a group of war veterans of this area who have been placed in good positions just down near the foot of the stairs at the front of the platform. The school children are singing. They're coming over to speak to the Indians now. Little papooses, I saw them this afternoon being carried on their mothers' backs, all wrapped up on this hot summer day here at Sioux Lookout. You'd wonder how they could survive. With blankets over their heads and come to see the King and Queen, loyal subjects of His Majesty, as we all are. They've passed the Indian group, and they're walking on down. There seem to be a great number of school children. And now they've turned around and they're coming back this way. Her Majesty mounts the observation platform. She is assisted to the top step. His Majesty follows. They're standing on the back of the train, just as they did when the train arrived. His Majesty's smiling. The veterans are down below the train singing. I wonder if we can pick up that music for just a moment. The train has started to pull away. Their Majesties out on the observation platform to the last moment, waving and smiling a gracious farewell.